it's just an hour and a half of me being a right nonce. You thought I was kidding. Alright, we can't do that for an hour and a half. So what are we working on today? Well, Necropolis for Frog God Games. That bad boy right up there. And I said last night we were going to play around with that bit. I want to say the north. I keep wanting to say the north, but it's not. The top of the map is the west. I kind of want to rotate the whole thing because I keep, I don't know why we just gotta rotate the compass just because it makes it very difficult to track. I protest. Anyway, that bit to the top of the map, let's just do that. I want to work on that a little bit, specifically some glowing orbs, and actually I want to work the background a little bit too. That's what I want to do, and then the next time when we pick this up, we're gonna start at number 1, and we're just gonna start moving our way through this map, adding all of those details. Last night, we did pillars. We did pillars for days. And then that leaves what the description, let me get my book, give me my book. What the description lists as, what room is this? If I look at the trusty sky cam above me, this is like 24, 25, you see that? Alright, so this is where I'm getting this from. Blah 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 with a long staircase going down, yada yada yada, black and white checkerboard. Here, a few strange spheres of nauseating green and orange float in the air. Each sheds its ugly light to a 5-foot range. So green, orange glow. I don't know if we're going to be able to really get that going on, but we'll try. Because I kind of want to use Photoshop's shadow ability on this. And then leaving patches of shadow and darkness between it and its fellows. So basically a bunch of orbs. I don't want to go too cray-cray with this, but like some orbs floating around in here. That in and of themselves, I think they should have a little bit of a shadow on the ground, but they should have this big glow around them. Well, 5-foot glow, big. A sickly glow, right? And then darkness. And I kind of want to play with that tonight. I want to just see if we can do it using Photoshop's inbuilt tools. And I'm not a Photoshop wizard. I got the 2% that I need to wring out of it this type of thing. But like, I'm no ninja, okay? I'm no Photoshop ninja. I don't know all of the tricks. So we're gonna play around with it tonight, and I've got some orbs ready. You can see them right there. But be first, we do that. I want to look at the background. Now, I've said before, the background is going to actually get a little bit of love in a couple of different ways. One, and I did this as a proof of concept, I want to add these details here. And so I'm gonna do a little bit of this tonight. Let's call it rock fill. And then I actually really want to put a little bit of, I'm going to call it shadowing. I kind of want to make the background darker, but not just carte blanche darker. I want it to be almost darker from around the walls. And it's probably going to be something I might be able to paint. I don't know, we'll see. And I just want to kind of like make the map really pop, like get those walls darker, get those walls standing out brighter. That's my objective. And I might start with that because that's a nice easy thing just to warm ourselves up with. And we'll start with these. Let's call them the rock fills. Noble dwarf. Noble dwarf. Thank you, A, for being here. Thank you, B, for being an awesome friend. And thank you, C, for being subscribed for 9 months. Welcome. Look at me, I'm back. And there's a whole lot of me too. Ever since this pandemic has started, there's more of Alyssa going around, let me just tell you. So I work out now, which means I stream a little bit later. And I still need to talk to you, my friend, about my ideas. It's baby steps. I've been so busy at the day job. It's been killing me. But I do want to talk to you. You and I are gonna go gangbusters. We're gonna make buko books. That's my objective. So we're gonna do black, 25. 25 is good. And hard round pen precious ice. That's what I want. Let's do some rock fill. So actually, those are my orbs. Let's come back to them. Let's do. What layer did I draw that on? Not ink floor, surely. No. Ink walls? Yeah. Alright, so let's do ink walls. Well, thank you, Noble. I was actually showing off your map last night on the stream. I had a raid come in, and I was like, I'm going to show them my city maps, and I picked up yours. They loved it. They loved it. How have you been, anyway? I don't want to say how's life been treating you. I think life's been treating everyone in pretty much the same sort of way, but how are you? Let's not get too crazy with these. Often less is more, alright? Less is more. Plus, I don't want to get too distracted away from my orbs. I want to work orbs tonight. 2 nights running, I put Orbs of Doom in the stream title, and like, I can't now go yet another night without actually working orbs. This is just to add a little bit of detail to the rock fill, you know? Make it part of the map instead of just this texture. Noble Dwarf, not doing too bad. Pay for my pallets to get on a ship soon. Ooh, so within the next month or so, have your bottles. Nice. 2 or 3 times in my life, I've been involved with importing stuff. In the same way that you're talking about now, and it's exciting times to think that you've got your things on a ship making their way over here. Very exciting times. Coming out with a jewelry set. Man, you're all over the place. And another Kickstarter next year. Right on. Right on. With the Wormwood and Dwarven Forge. With the Wormwood and Dwarven Forge that are going to be on there. Was no wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm following you. I thought for a moment you were talking like, you know, you were partnering with them or they were associated in some way. No, I get it. You have to keep an eye out for, like, who else has got shit going on, right? Because they will suck up all of the freaking money. Over 10 million out of the player economy in an election cycle. Right, no. You're right. Stay out of it. Keep your head down in that type of situation. GL, Noble was just talking about how he was going to do a Kickstarter this year, but he's pushed it to next year, considering some of the competition that's been going on. So we're talking about sort of, you know, Game Moon's money getting sucked up and where it all goes. And yeah, Dwarven Forge was kind of freaking huge. Hopefully this won't take too long. I mean, yeah, there's a temptation to cut and copy, but I'm feeling actually I'm going a little bit too dense with these stones, or these potatoes, as Kafir said last night. So let's loosen them up just a little bit here. Make one a spider as an Easter egg. What, like one of these little spud things? One of these rocks? Alright. Alright. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I love getting a little bit of input from you guys and girls. Let's do it. I do want to actually make sure that we've got plenty of Easter eggs on this map. And true ones too, like, you know, in-house jokes and shit like that. What's Noble Dwarf posting here? A rabbit with a basket? Easter egg. Noble, can I share that? They're cool. Can I share that? Well, I suppose you just put it in bloody chat, didn't you? It's like, no, you can't share that. It's for me to share. Alright, so this is what Noble of the Dwarf just shared right here. They're cool. How big are they going to be? Like so? And will the dice come off? So you can like roll them? Tell us about this. Tell us this awesome thing that you're sharing in the chat here. Oh, added LEDs to show for upcoming D20s. So they're just regular D20s, but like they're like transparent, and you're going to make little sort of stands for them. Right on, right on. D20s coming inside the popper. Okay, okay. And I still owe you a popper design, and you're probably so moved past it already. Life has been interesting. If you still want the design, I actually did think about it today. Didn't do it, but I thought about it. There was much earnest thinking. Alright, cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. What you've got to do nowadays is occasionally you just got to ping me and go, pop up. That's it. It just puts it on my radar. I've got so many things bouncing around inside my head at any one time. I used to write it down, but then what I've got is I've got a stack of notes. And then I took the notes away in a cupboard to be tidy. Gone. Gone like the wind. I haven't mastered the art of note-taking and doing something with the notes. Let's just say that. Well, that's appreciated there, also, Salidas. I didn't even know I needed the break, so that was astute of you. One thing that's actually helped me, Noble, is actually forcing myself to actually get an hour or so of exercise every day. Instead of just pushing away, from the day job, which is pretty much right here. I actually get up, I go away, and I work up a sweat, I work out. And that's actually helping. The muscles are actually feeling used. The brain goes, this is what it's like to actually get some blood to it. And I think it's helping my disposition too. And my creativity as a result. Alright, so we'll just keep going till I've come down to about here, and we'll probably do a little bit here, because then I want to colour these in, and then I want to start playing around with some background effects. What's the hanging of drywall for? What's the project? You gutted and redid your mum's house. Man, can you move to Portland? Just for a few months? Do some odd jobs around here? Man, I wish I had your skill set. My dad's like you. Likes doing it, has the talent. Like, I want to actually redo my garage. So it's not a garage, it's like a hobby room. And I kind of want to put some drywall in some parts and get some shelving and shit, and like finish it, maybe get some flooring down. And in my head, I could see it. I could see this project. And I don't have the talent, so it ends up with me then having to hire someone and suddenly get thousands of freaking dollars into labor. And so I don't do it. My dad's like you, he'll just do it. He has all of the tools and everything and just does it. Of course, he's in freaking Bulgaria, so you're God knows where. Dad's Bulgaria. None of my friends are handy. You see, you did your electrical too. See, you could come by here, you could build the extension that I've got on my head. I just want 20 feet by 10 feet on the back of the house. But I don't want to pay anyone to do it. Well, you know, okay. It's like, if I had half the bloody talents of guys like you, I could be dangerous. But you actually work on the house and I actually draw maps. That's a fair exchange. I've got a funny feeling I would owe you for life. Yeah, man, I am seriously, I admire the talent of guys like you. Where, you know, you can see it, you want to do it, you do it. You have the tools, you have the willingness, you have the skill, you have the capability. You save yourself so much, so much. Like I've got, downstairs, we've got a finished basement area with a few rooms in it, so that's cool. And then there's a closet down there, but I actually want to just put some shelves in. And I was going to then convert them into like a miniature cabinet, store all of my like Napoleonic miniatures in there, get some glass doors, get some electrics in there, make it look sweet. I can see it, I can't do it. So what I'm hearing is I've just got to move closer to you and then mooch off you. Noble, Noble, will you do some shelves, please, Noble? Thanks, Noble. I owe you another 5 maps. Miss J, well, look at you, young lady. I was just thinking about you earlier. Miss J, yeah, I think I must be feeling a little bit more upbeat. Otherwise, I kind of wouldn't be, you know, on stream, and I probably wouldn't even be drawing a map. So I had a little bit of a crash there, but I've been back all week. I mean, the world's still shit, but I'm finding ways to ignore it and also get a little bit of exercise and, you know, look after myself a little bit more. So, yeah, all good, young lady, all good. Thank you for asking. And you came in just as I was trying to butter up Noble Dwarf into actually building me an extension. I I think for me, Miss J, and I'm not going to drag myself down, but I allowed myself to be adversely affected by arseholes. Like, the world is... yes, there's a pandemic. Yes, the world has a lot of anger in it right now. Like, a hell of a lot of freaking anger. And I allowed my disappointments in mankind to really drag me down. And I think I've got just an acceptance at this point. Half of humans are scum. And it's probably always been this way since the beginning of time. Half of humans don't give a shit about the other half. They just don't. They give a shit only about themselves. They don't give a fuck about anything else. And I'm a pretty empathic person. I love human beings. I want other human beings to be happy. So seeing arseholes really drags me down. Really does. And it affected me. And I didn't realise that it was affecting me. But now I've kind of... I don't know if I'm resigned. Because I'm always going to be a nice person to other human beings. I'm always going to be that person. But I think I'm accepting now that there's a lot of arseholes out there. And there's nothing I can do about it. And they're never going to change. And the world is never going to change. It's always going to be full of assholes. Mute and block. I've been doing that a lot. I do that with strangers. I'll wake up, realise that someone is an arsehole. They don't know me for an Adam. Block. Like, they don't even know they've been blocked, but it's like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see what you're bringing to the world. I've got no time for that. I'm going to colour some blocks. And you can't stop me. The question is, can I actually do a select on these? That is the million bazillion dollar question. Like, can I do this? Let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, does that one have a hole in it? Really? 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 Well, that one's got a hole in it too? And that one's got a hole in it? I'm a terrible drawer. I am terrible. Alright, let's do the ones we can. That one's got a hole. I can see it's got a hole. That one's apparently got a hole. Let's go back on that. I have been trying to persuade Noble Dwarf into applying some of his DIY skills. He's been drywalling. Into coming around and building me a 20-foot by 10-foot extension. Or at least converting my garage into a hobby room. But he doesn't live in Portland, yada yada yada. Long story short, he won't do it. I've got to move close to him apparently. And then I've got to trade out with maps, which seems fair to me. I draw maps, he gives me a hobby room. I want a hobby room. I want 2 hobby rooms because I'm a very greedy person. I want a wargaming room and I want a D&D room. Is that too much to ask? What is my computer doing? I own a website and I've not done anything with it, but I don't think Noble Dwarf is about that. I think Noble Dwarf's probably got enough on his hands with his own website. No, I was trying to tap into the raw, man-like Tim Taylor home improvement guy. That's what I was trying to tap into. Come on. I'm going to colour these by hand. It's going to be faster. Let's just do it. on their website. I don't know if I've got a shrine on their website. I'm sure the other artists would complain. How have you been anyway, Miss Jade? What have you been up to? You still bouncing around the country, like looking after people's homes for them? Am I colouring floor? Wall colouring. I'm on the wall. Okay, that's actually. Is that good? Do I like that? I don't know. I don't know. Stay with a friend at Granny Flat, and being an adopted auntie, bouncing on a trampoline, going in Play-Doh. Nice. That's a good life. That's a good life. And drawing lots of maps. I saw some of your work that you did for Cave Geek. Very nice on the merchant thing for. TotalCon? GameHoleCon. Very nice. Very crisp work. Lovely work. Yeah, they were gorgeous. They were absolutely gorgeous. Lovely shapes to them. Lovely drawing, very crisp drawing, lovely bright colours, absolutely fantastic. Like, I feel like you could do an entire library of medieval buildings like that, and, you know, people would buy them. Or creating little city maps, little town maps. He shared it actually on his Facebook. He was in here last night. That's how I saw it. So I know it's finished. He actually sent it to them yesterday or so. So it's definitely done. Not being on Facebook is probably a very good thing, but you should ping him. You should ping him. In fact, no, he shared it with me on my messenger, so theoretically I could show you. But it probably shouldn't come from me, right? It should probably come from him to you. But if you want me to show you, I have the final version. So I could show you. There you go. There you go. And you know what? Give him a hard time, Miss J. I and a few friends in the chat all saw this map before you did. You let him know. That's not acceptable. Yeah, you can say Alyssa says. You can quote me. I will say too, I've been really liking, you've done some brushes for him for his digital on bookskin maps that he's been doing. Like, so, you know, these colouring areas, and they almost look like a watercolor colour or something. Really nice brushes. Very, very appropriate. Yeah, the water in the forest. Hey, Mr. Valor! Mr. Val in the house. Sup, Val? Sup, home skillet? Home slash? Dried potatoes, Mr. Val. Like, people came here for the dungeon. We're not doing dungeons, we're doing potatoes. Making maps, angry at 50% of the people in the world are assholes. Okay, you've been looking. I was going to say, hold on a minute. We just had this conversation. I really didn't intend for tonight's stream to be me drawing spuds. I'm going to try and get this done as quick as possible. But I do want them on the map for when I start playing around with some shadowing. Shadows! Actually, maybe I can tap into Miss J's mega brain to see if she's got any ideas. I loved how these stones came out, by the way. I know that sounds really big-headed, but I'm really digging those freaking stones right there. Like, sometimes I look at something I've done, like a day, a week, a month later, whatever, and I go, yeah, that came out okay. And those walls, they're it. Hey, Alec Vixen, yay! Oh, boo, that your internet's not working. Hey, thank you, Noble. Not even finished yet, too. Actually, Miss J, there wasn't really a question. I'm kind of like roping you in on something that you don't know what it is. But here's what you could do while you're eating your scrummy toast. What I want to do is... This background is fine. It's like 50% there. But I want to actually make it darker, okay? I want almost deep shadows. Not deep, but broad, feathered shadows on the other side of the wall. So, like, the rock fill is darker than the actual walls themselves and the interior. And, you know, normally what I would do is I would take this big, darker, feathered brush and I would, like, draw along the outside. I don't think that's going to work here. I don't. So I'm wondering about, like, if you've got any inspiration for creating dark shadow on the outside of the walls. That's what you're getting roped in for. Alex, I'm sorry your internet got poop. But when you get older, these things happen, darling. These things happen. Everything starts to get slower and creakier, and now it's your internet. Hey, Brian is here. This time you did it, Brian, before I'm stopping the stream. In fact, now Brian's here, I'm going to stop the stream. That's good, Alex. That's good. You just give it a clip upside the head. That's what we old people are going to do. Are the walls a separate layer, or can you select outside the lines and select all of that area? The walls are indeed a separate layer. The colouring is probably the best way because the ink is kind of like not solid, but the walls are separate. Some people, though, really actively work their Patreon account and they have a knack for it. Devon Rue is one. Dyson Logos is another. Like they really hammer on their Patreon. My Patreon is so neglected, I feel bad about it, even just saying the words Patreon. But for some people, it's like it's their income, you know, it's their livelihood, and that becomes their social media account. Everyone on it becomes their circle of friends, and they treat it as such. Roll20 is hot right now. I mean, I can understand if you're doing things with Roll20, how that would actually be a winner for you. I mean, this is going to sound weird, but I think the pandemic has been really good for Roll20. And then with the big conventions, you know, all going virtual. I mean, Roll20 was on the map, but I think it really put Roll20 on the freaking map. It almost is a household name amongst gamers. Miss J, I actually feel you on that. I think that there's I don't know. I was going to say there's an element of speed and subject matter in the things, right? And I don't know. Tom Carter's he churns out stuff, and I think that is perfect for something like Patreon, where you're getting this constant reward. Like I do 4 to 6 maps a fucking year. No one's. I mean that's shit. I mean, that's just shit. It's not enough to keep people entertained. I'm not sure that it's the fact that he was an architectural designer, though. I think it's the types of things that he's doing and the sheer volume that he's doing them. Because, I mean, that man is a machine. He cranks out some shit, and I don't know about you, but, I mean, his rate of work is phenomenal. And I think people, you know, will pay that. They'll pay $5 a month or whatever if they just get this constant stream of fucking map materials. Plus the subject matter of what he's doing. People can immediately turn it around and they can throw it on their Roll20s or their virtual tabletops or print it out or whatever it is. And he's just like constantly churning out that. Alright, I'm gonna do this a little bit more. Again, I really wasn't intending to make this about Spud Night, but we're in here now, so we're gonna play around with it. Reddit. Yeah, there's actually a few things in social media that are huge, and I don't understand them at all, and Reddit is one of them. I feel like I'm 20 years too old for Reddit to really get it. Like, if Reddit had actually come out in the early 2000s, well, maybe it did, but I don't feel like it was the size that it is now, or the importance or the influence. I think I could have actually got to grips with Reddit, because that's my brain was in that type of thing back in the early 2000s. That looks like shit, but we'll fix it in a moment. I'm actually seriously thinking about hiring a social media guy. I already know the bloke. He does social media for other folks and companies and things, and he's really good at it, and I'm seriously thinking about paying him to be my social media guy. Facebook I've got. Facebook I'm pretty good with, but I'm going to give him my Instagram. He's going to get me on Twitter, or at least do something with my Twitter account. Do something with my Patreon. I want to just throw money at this guy at this point. I think a lot of it too is time, like how much time you actually dedicate to them. Yeah, so Noble, that's the challenge, right? You put out a call for social media people, you will get 100 wanting to do it, and out of that 100, maybe one can. You can ping me actually via Messenger, and I'll tell you who I'm thinking about using, because he actually does work for a gaming company out there as a social media person. It's kind of like, so it's his job, and he's meant to be pretty good with it. You know, to the tune where he'll even end up on the Hungarian bloody forums and websites and shit, typing posts in Hungarian, and he's not Hungarian, but he goes all out. And I tell you what, Noble, I'm actually willing to be the guinea pig on it. Like, I'm willing to drop a little bit of money with like a 3 to 6 month plan on this, and I am willing to share with you what my goals are, what my timeline is, what I'm looking to accomplish and through what channels. And it would directly, by the way, affect my maps on your site. But I'm willing to actually be the one that gives it a whirl for X amount of time, maybe through the rest of the year. And we can compare the results, and if you like what you say, then maybe the guy will help you out. Mr. Val, I did some calculations last night. I spent about 2,700 hours making maps over the last 3.5 years, which averages out about 2.1 hours a day every day. Which is about 2.1 hours a day every day. Okay. But I would bet I've spent at least a third as much of that on social media as well. Well, that's from what Miss J's saying, the third seems to be about the mark. I don't know what it is. There's someone on Facebook that gets a huge amount of traction with like their maps, even their city maps. Now city maps I can do. My city maps are fucking on point. But he'll post like this city map, okay, it's fine. And there'll be like, this massive amount of likes and stuff on it. And honestly, I sit there going, what are you doing that I'm not? We're on the same platform. I have a huge following. My maps are fucking very good. I'm okay with the results of my maps. And I don't know what it is. There might be just this magic touch that some people have got. Because there's all of this, like the time that you post, the types of things that you post, whether an image is included or not. And it varies between every bloody platform. And I don't have those skills. I'm just sitting there in fucking bed, like just posting something, because I want to. I have not seen his ads. No, I have not. I'm aware of 2 Minute Tabletop. Not aware of the ads. The ads, honestly, the ads even on Facebook confuse me a little bit. And it's the segments that you're advertising to. It's like, it doesn't seem like you could just advertise to the fucking world, that you've got to pick individual countries and shit. So I even contacted a Facebook ad specialist through Facebook, and it was fucking shit. It was shit. It's like the service was crap. It was garbage. Yes.
It's the PD one.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah. I don't know where a lot of these folks actually get their time. Like, I own AlyssaFaden.com. I should have my portfolio on there. I don't know when I'm going to build a website. I literally don't know when I'm going to build a website. Last time I actually built a website in earnest, I had someone do it for me. It cost me like $15,000. That was a long time ago. And I don't want to spend money on that type of thing, you know. So it ends up with me. I mean, I'm doing basically this is a hobby. This is a hobby to me. You know, that's the bottom line. I think you got to pile in so much time to make it work. What's your domain, Mr. Val? Valor Maps. Well, that's good. That's good. It's a nice domain. valormaps.com. Am I doing any more city maps this year? Yes. Yes. There's actually, there's one assignment in particular. So what I'm going to be doing, let me answer that question in a couple of different angles. Yes, it's a short and sweet version. I should actually be working on it right now. The map that I'm working on right now, this, Necropolis, is honestly going to take too long. I can't work on this full time and not other things, because I will be on this like into next year, you know, and that's going to get stale, I think, and I'll be like rejecting a lot of commissions and my main branding, which is my city maps, even though this is coming up pretty good. Point being is I can't work on this exclusively. and I am right now. But there's actually 2 other assignments that I want to break ground on this year. One is a Viking era, an early medieval era map of Europe with the Viking raid points marked on it, as if someone of the era had drawn it. So think, you know, a full-on sort of monk-style map, you know, with all of the decorative shit in it. The other is a project for Troll Lord Games, which is a project you're talking about, in that I will have to draw something like 20 settlements, from a thorp to a hamlet to a village to a small town to a walled town to a city to a metropolis. It includes castles, it includes army camps and the likes. There's something like 16 to 20 maps, and we will be doing towns and cities as part of that. I don't get a security warning on Chrome for Valor Maps, but I was just clicking the link. But maybe Valor Maps. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Miss J, you and I both actually. I'm thinking it's something where I should earmark like 2 to 3 days a week, and that's when I work on that project, and like make it part of the pattern so people know what to expect. But the last time I did like a thorp or a hamlet was a while ago. And I still do my top-down style, but like it's way zoomed in, so we're doing thatched roofs and shit like that. And I think it'd be fun. It would really sort of change some things up. So, yeah, I kind of want to get that back into the mix. I think I wanted to get this to a point where I felt like I'd made good progress, so I could start slowing down on it. But we gotta start hitting that Troll Lord one. I forget what it was called now, the project name. But I'll remember. Yeah, I mean, hey, Alex, I don't know if you're joking or not, but I think people have more of an interest in my city maps than they do when I'm doing dungeon maps. Teagle was pretty popular when we were doing Teagle, and I think it's part of the nature of what I'm working on, right? So it's almost like I should be doing boulders and walls and pillars off camera, and then when it comes to actually doing decoration and shit like that, maybe that's done on camera. But I also think that there's so many people doing like this style of map. It doesn't matter how detailed I get. It doesn't matter that it's 90 inches in size. I think people see this style of map a lot, but they don't see my cities a lot. So maybe actually doing some hamlets and shit like that would just be good. It'd be good for the stream. It could be just good for people to see. But yeah, with the point where you said, and the adventurers, if they screw up, I was like, there's a little bit of tongue-in-cheek there. Miss J, Ari Walls, if you do something like white overlay layer, but outside the walls, yeah, I was thinking about that. But then wouldn't that actually come in from the outside of the map too? And I don't want it on the outside of the map, I don't think, but maybe I do. Gee, yeah, I think what we'll do is we're going to start introducing Troll Lord Games. Like, starting immediately, we're going to start introducing Troll Lord Games, okay? At least 2 or 3 times a week, Troll Lord Games. Right, yeah, exactly, Mr. Val. It's a very saturated market, absolutely, 100%. So I like what I'm doing here. I like these walls. I like what's happening, but it's a saturated market. Wait a minute. Miss J, put the layer in a folder, put a mask on the folder, and paint out the unwanted bits. I'm only barely following you, but I like what you're saying. You're a sharp cookie, young lady. I've got to get my scratch blend going. Let me do these rocks, Miss J. Then maybe you could walk me through how to set this up, because I'm really intrigued by what you're saying. Because you came up with some great results for the shadow on the inside of the rooms. Mr. Val, honestly, it's kind of got to the point where I kind of don't want to work on battle maps. I did this as like a favor. You know, if I get asked by a frog god to do something, I'm going to do it for them because I really love them. But I don't consider this to be my niche. I love what I did with Teagle. I like how this one's going to come out. This will be a great map. People will love this map, I promise you. But it's not my niche. It's not what I do. And there's a million other people fucking doing this type of thing out there. Yourself included. So it's definitely a case of... I might need to actually, honestly, make this the last battle map I do, but I might actually just need to keep the battle map stuff off camera. Yeah, maybe just one of those things. I think it's okay if I'm doing something for like a month, you know? But when it starts to stretch, I do big projects, right? All of my projects are freaking huge. They take a long time, like every single one of mine. And I don't know whether a battle map has the interest for that sort of duration. Set the style, then apply the style and erase the unwanted bits. Can you erase? Oh, set. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I see what you're saying with that. Why do you folks think that the world of mapping has taken off so much? What do you think it is now? Do you think it's the technology? Do you think it's the ease of getting like a drawing pad? Do you think that what is it? You know, what is it? Yeah, rasterize and lay style, yeah. I think I'm going to try that one, Miss J. I think I'm going to try that one. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it here tonight on camera. Then I'm going to get upset. I'm going to throw my stylus across the room and I'm going to rage quit. Interesting you say 400%. That's fantastic. That's like a bigger jump than I was actually like had in my head. It's incredible. Yeah, no, that's a significant jump. I think there was definitely a surge there, right after the COVID sort of lockdown, without a doubt. Everyone's shifted to virtual. I want to say too that Roll20 became like almost overnight the de facto tool, and then a lot of people started to explore other tools, and it wasn't a cost of Roll20, but I do think that they've got some cumbersome interface issues, and accessibility issues, and I don't mean accessibility from an AAADA sort of perspective, but I feel like they've got like GUI problems, like user experience problems, and I think that a lot of people, and they've got performance problems because it can't handle video and audio from your players at the same time. So people actually started running like Zoom and Discord, you know, in the background. And I feel like Roll20 like had an opportunity to like lock down the fucking market, and I think they didn't. I feel like their technology is not as good as people want it to be and need it to be. So I'm betting that you know, because I know for a fact when it first hit, everyone was talking Roll20. Then very quickly people were talking about alternatives, and then within no time at all they were talking about, you know, well, just use Discord. You don't need anything else. And I think that's where Roll20 lost that chance to just hook everyone in and keep them in. No, definitely not on the same level. And Fantasy Grounds had its own problem, you know? I think if someone actually comes out with a piece of software that has honestly got some damn user experience, like into the design of the interface, and like good technology, like some good, robust technology, it will steal the market. It will steal the market, and it will steal it away from Roll20, because I don't see Roll20 innovating much. Not enough. The market is very demanding right now. Like even just that's the first save I did all night. But I don't say that from a good point of view. Our own group used Roll20. I've used Roll20, and I stopped using Roll20, and my group stopped using Roll20, like pretty damn quickly. I think it offers a lot, but not enough to keep people. Yeah, last time Astral was mentioned to me, I think it was 6 months ago. So I'd be curious about where they're at and where they're going. Alright, all of those stones need details, but I don't want to work on them right now. I want to work on this shadowing thing with Miss J while she's here. So can I do a select on the wall layer and get away with this? Because my wall colouring should be solid, right? Surely. Don't bleed. Don't bleed, please. I feel like this is bleeding beyond the walls, but we're going to see what happens. No, that worked. I tell you what though, Drive-Thru RPG, I mean obviously they're industry giants, right? But I mean look at their website, look at everything about it, look at their interface, look at their search, look at their checkout process. Those are not guys that give a shit about user experience or solid interfaces. So I'd be curious if it helps Astral. Did I want to do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I don't feel like that was the correct thing to do. Maybe we can just do a proof of concept here. Hold on. And if I do this below the wall coloring, that's where I actually want to do it. So can I do it? Can I actually just select inside the walls for a particular section? I don't really care in this little gap, but yeah, I don't care. Okay. Mr. Ballas says, here's my thing, Roll20 has all of the features I need to run and play D&D, including integrations. Roll20 is all about diversity and inclusivity, very important point, and actively promotes all of this stuff. They actually have a marketplace, which is almost none of the other BTTs do. So another BTT is willing to be 30% of my unique income, I'll happily jump ship. Until then, no, I hear you. Yeah, I'm not knocking Roll20 from the point of view of Mr. Val, you're back into losing shit there, mate. No, definitely not doing that. You can always adjust bits with a brush after. Yeah, I think I'm still trying to figure out what my style is going to be for this one, Miss J. Like, am I now drawing in a shadow? Am I doing the fill in a glow thing? And if I remember rightly, the fill in a glow had a problem because the size of the shadow that you could do that way was limited. Let's try something. Let's try something. And this would be here. Let's see if we can get a good result with this. So let's try the white multiply layer. Just for giggles. So because I did like the result that we got on the walls, right? White multiply. Well, no, it hasn't got multiply in it. Now it was an inner glow. Remind me, was it an inner glow? Can I actually figure that out from this here? It had multiply, but it had something. So what was going on with the shadows layer, Miss J? Remind me. I seem to remember the size of the shadow I could get using this way, though, was smaller than I wanted. This is such a cool look. So okay, so it's got inner glow. Let's just grab the inner glow. I seem to remember the inner glow size was too small. So let's just grab that style. And then on this, paste that layer style. And I definitely get out this lovely, lovely, lovely shadow, but the inner glow size. Yeah, look, I've got it maxed out at 250 pixels and it won't let me go larger than that. And I kind of want to make this shadow 4 times larger. Yeah, the white has disappeared. I did multiply it. Then add a back. Yeah, I've got a black inner glow. Yeah, I could do all that. The other thing you could do once you have the white multiplied a layer is to put another layer over it as a clipping mask and go to town with a scrappy texture. You said that up above, didn't you? Yeah. You see, this is kind of pointing in the direction I want. In that this has got this lovely darker feel here. And if I could bring that out to here, I think that's what I want. And maybe it is with clipping mask, and maybe I'm going to have to experiment a little bit with that. I've used paths, but not for this type of thing. Why, what are you going to suggest with the paths? I typically use paths for very specific things. I think if I was going to go that route, though, Miss J, I could paint in a shadow. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to experiment with this clipping mask. And this definitely won't let me go any larger. I don't know why they limit it so. No. Why limit it that way? Huh. Oops. I'm going to try one more thing for this evening and then I'm going to call it for the end of the stream. And so we can play around with some options another time here. Playing around with something. Alright, I'm gonna play around. I'm gonna play around a little bit. But we'll have to come back to that. I'm gonna play around with a few different approaches on this. to get the one that I feel looks good. I think I'm going to stop the stream here while I percolate on how I want to approach this. I know what I want to do, I don't know how I want to get there. Because I actually can't visualize the end result. I just know that I need to do something. So I think this is a good place to stop it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure when I'm gonna stream again. At least Monday, maybe Sunday. And the next time I stream, I think we're gonna break ground on the Troll Lord Games project. Okay, we're gonna start working on Thorpes and Hamlets and things like that, just to change things up a little bit. In the meantime, I think anything that is repetitious on this map, I'm going to do it off camera. And I think there's a sexier stuff we'll do on camera. We'll see. Or maybe it'll make a once-a-week guest appearance type of deal. Let's come back to that. So I don't know. I want to kind of just reimagine what we're doing here. And I do want to break ground on the actual settlement maps. It won't be Saturday and tomorrow. So, no, wait. Thursday. Thursday's tomorrow, right? Thursday's tomorrow. We're streaming tomorrow. Duh. Let's break ground on Troll Lord Games tomorrow. Thursday, Troll Lord Games. Let's do it. Let's do it. And let me think about what I want to actually accomplish with this map with the background here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And then I'll figure out which days of the week we're going to work on then this, and then which days of the week we're going to actually work on the other stuff. So tomorrow night, Thursday, Troll Lord Games. Let's work on their Thorpe. There you go. Thursday, Troll Lord Games, Thorpe Day. Hamlet Day tomorrow, yes. And good night to everyone. I'm saying, like, I'm about to just walk fucking out of here. Like, Mr. Valor is calling the end of the stream. That was weird, the way I was responding. Yes, so, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I actually thought it was Thursday today, and it was Painting Friday tomorrow. Which is a little bit sad in a way, because I've got an extra day of the week that I now need to get through. But, back tomorrow, Troll Lord Games, Thorpe Thursday. Thorpe Thursday, that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on a whole new project tomorrow. Let's all regroup and do that. I'm gonna fuck about with this map off camera, but I will show you the results once I get a look that I like. And Miss J, I'll probably be hitting you up a little bit, like so we can sound out some of these ideas without me doing it on camera. Raid Cave. Is Cave going right now? If Cave is going, let's do it. Let's see if I can remember how to raid. Raid Cave Geek Art. Nope, did it the wrong way. Hold on. Raid Cave Geek Art. There we go. Okay, it's counting down. So the people in the chat, stick around with me for this countdown. Let's go over to Cave's place. He's a barbarian, okay? He literally paints caveman, hands on wall, paints, bone on hide. He's actually an awesome dude for a caveman. So let's go over there. Let's say hi to Cave Geek Art. And I love you all. Come back tomorrow. We're going to work on a Thorpe. Thorpe Thursday. Let's do it. I love you all. Let's go say hi to Cave. See you all tomorrow, okay?